Part 3. That's what gets me, because once again, if it's about health and taking precaution, shouldn't that be for everybody regardless of their sexuality or gender? And that's the thing. Meanwhile, a lot of the queer men, right? A lot of the bisexual men, a lot of the gay men, pansexual men, right? Trans men, right? We are typically more in tune with our health and well-being than your average cishet male will ever be. And I'm saying that proudly, because you know something, a lot of times with us, because of the negative stereotypes, the stigma, and also because of the type of oppression that queer people, LGBTQ plus people go through and experience, the HIV/AIDS crisis, 80s and 90s into the early 2000s. And mind you, we still have people contracting HIV when it is 100% preventable. We still have people dying from HIV when it is 100% preventable. But you want to know something else? Nuances. We have people living with HIV who are thriving, who are healthy, who are living fulfilling lives. And that is also 100% doable. And again, a lot of gay, bisexual men, queer men, trans men, etc. are the main ones who know their status. Speaking for myself, I see myself as a gay, queer, intersex, trans man, and proud of it. I get tested on a regular basis. There's 4 quarters in a year, and I get tested each quarter. Every 90 days, every 12 weeks, every 3 months, I get a full panel STI and STD tests. Blood work, urine sample, swab, oral swab, front swab, back swab. And the crazy thing is, I don't even really participate in a lot of anal sex. I don't, but I still get the swabs because I want to have a full panel STI, STD testing, because I would like to know my status, not only for myself, but also for the sexual partners I engage with, which honestly, I only engage with one person. But the point is, you get my point, right? I get tested on a regular basis. I'm on PrEP. I've been on PrEP since July of 2020. It's been 6 years of me being on PrEP. Pre-exposure prophylaxis. I started off with the generic version of Truvada. And then, 2024, I switched over to Descovy. Name brand, which is really odd, right? Because I typically am always on every generic. One, it's a lot cheaper, and a lot of times, you know, your insurance won't cover certain things, so you end up just doing the generic version. I got on Descovy 2 years ago, been on it ever since. Now, I've had moments where I didn't take it for a month or two, but I also recognize that there's various ways to take precaution. So, like, I have my condoms. Oh my God. Let me make sure I show condoms because they're so important. But no, like, I have condoms, right? I also have other things. And the other thing is, like, you can get lube, condoms. You can abstain. You can go get tested with your partner together prior to engaging in anything. You don't even have to have sex, right? You have various ways of preventing things. You know, so that's the other thing, right? But the point is, a lot of us that are in the LGBTQ plus community are very aware of that. We're actually hyper vigilant and focused a lot of times about that. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody is not. This is very true. You still have a lot of people that are just, who the hell cares? If it happens, it happens, that's them, but that's not all of us, right? Just being real. And then also, I'm going to say this to women. It's also your responsibility to take care of your own health. That's the other thing that I really cannot stress. The fact that you have so many people, and it's not just women, but you have so many people who literally are putting their health and well-being in somebody else's hand. And it's nobody else's responsibility but yours to make sure you're okay. I'm just going to be real. In a perfect world, yes, everyone should be looking out for each other. I totally agree with that. But let's be real. Everybody is not going to be looking out for you in your best interests. That's where you have to be looking out for yourself in your best interests. But like I said, you ask your average cishet male when's the last time he's been tested, he can't even tell you. Because 9 times out of 10, he hasn't gone to get tested, or he's basing his health off of the women that he's with or the men that he's with. Because let's also be real, you have cis males in the LGBTQ plus community who also don't get tested and are basing their health off of their partner's health, which is really not adequate or accurate. Because that's the other thing, like, and I say this all the time, especially on PrEP. I'm on PrEP, so I won't be contracting HIV if I have unprotected sex, right? And say the other person is HIV positive and we still have unprotected sex, I won't contract HIV because I'm on PrEP. And you have a lot of people, especially cis males, but cishet males especially, but cis males, let's just be real, they bet their health on their partner. And it's like, I don't have it, but you might have it because you're not on PrEP and you haven't went to get tested. So you can't be basing your health off on someone else's health. Okay?